And what would you say your fondest memory is?
Childhood fondest memory?
Yes.
Oh, wow, there's so many. I think the best one would be when I went to Girls High and I found out that I was poor, and I never realized it. So the realization that I grew up with modest means, but my mother managed to always provide for us. So I think that was, you know, when you're growing up, you're going through that stage, it's like, wow, we're poor, Mom? She's like, yeah.
How did this area used to look?
Honey Park, it's interesting, we purchased our house in Honey Park in 1975, and the area was demographically changing and became really, really drug infested. And if you go to Honey Park now, it's being transformed again, and many of the people that were there who stayed there, as I walk through the areas, it's like we're finally starting to clean up ourselves up again. So we went through it was nice, till it was bad, so kind of now it's on the rebound.
I've answered a few of them. How have these changes impacted your life?
I think there was a big level of frustration when I was growing up. My first job at 15 was for a community development corporation, and we were doing block to block captain organizing, cleaning, revitalizing houses. And in that process, I quickly learned that as the neighborhood was changing, the government was taking its money out. And so a level of frustration about we can help neighborhoods maintain the stability if government just pays attention.
Is there anything being done to revert these problems?
So one of the things that we've uncovered is, particularly in Honey Park, is one of the few neighborhoods that's working poor, but it's home ownership. And so the challenge that we have now, 30 years later, is how do you keep people in their homes? And part of that is, so if someone has a leaky roof and they don't fix it, then they end up kitchen busted, and then they can't afford to fix the house and they leave them vacant. So in Honey Park in particular, what we're looking at is how do you do housing preservation for a working poor community that's a home ownership zone. So it may be fix their porch, fix their roof, those types of things. I think that we're going to pay attention to that and figure out how we stabilize it. And then the other piece is just changing the attitudes of people cleaning up. So that's some of the targeted work that we're doing, particularly in Honey Park.
That's all of the questions on the notes. Are there any things that you guys want to add? You know more about the program.
We'll go ask her like her. That was more personal. Let me stop.